Welcome to the Glam Life Podcast, where we empower and inspire beauty professionals to take their careers to the next level. Your host, Victoria, is a certified business coach with over a decade of experience in the beauty industry, helping countless beauty professionals start and grow successful businesses. Now she's sharing her knowledge and expertise with you. Whether you're just starting out in the beauty industry or looking to take your business to new heights, this podcast is for you, covering topics like community, management, branding, and much more. So join us on this journey to build the beauty business of your dreams.
Hi, good morning. How are you? So I am fresh off a plane. Actually, that's not true. I'm not fresh off a plane. I'm fresh out of a car off a plane. Long story. I took my family skiing this weekend, which I do every Valentine's Day. And then we have to have a connecting flight because we live in the middle of nowhere, right? So that connecting flight, like our first flight from Denver to Houston sat on the tarmac too long because I don't know, ice or whatever. And then even then, we still had to go to a de-icing facility. So we were like over an hour. So my big ass layover in Houston did not matter. We still missed our connecting flight to my hometown. So when I got to Houston, I had to rent a car and drive myself and my children. By the way, my husband does not fly. Isn't that funny? He won't fly. So he drives. So he puts all of our gear, he packs like food and stuff, like everything in his truck. And he takes off about 2 days before us and he picks us up at the Denver airport and takes us to the ski resort. And then from there, he brings us back to the Denver airport and then he starts the drive home while we start flying. So he'll be home in about 10 hours or so, but I got a good night's rest last night. I guess that's what counts. So yeah, if I sound a little manic or panicked, I probably still have adrenaline from yesterday trying to get from one place to the next without missing and then getting a car and then racing home so the kids would have enough rest so they could go to school. I'm exhausted. I'm going to have an adrenaline dump later today and I'm going to be exhausted. Also, what's happening later today is I don't want to like bite myself in the ass by saying this on the pod and it coming out. And then, like, maybe I didn't complete the task by the time the episode publishes, you know? I can't imagine that's going to happen. Famous last words. So also today, I'm hoping to be sending off my very first shipment of pink gel and pink cream to my Amazon warehouse because we'll be doing FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon, which was a real task. And I had to do all this proof of like manufacturing in the US and I had to get like a certain insurance. It's been a months and months long process, but I did it. Well, if Victoria could do it, I could do it, right? So I did it and I'm so excited to try and get that stuff out. And I've got to get it out today because today is Thursday. Saturday, I leave for the AAM. To me, it's just a big party. To me, the AAM Summit is just a big party. I will be speaking there. I'm speaking about branding and business, and I'm seeing all my friends, which is the most exciting part to me. Seeing all of my friends, because I think it's easy to kind of like, I don't know how to put this. It's easy to think of people as like behind the screen, you know? Like you close your computer and they don't exist anymore. But when you start seeing your friends in real life who you talk to on Instagram or, you know, wherever you talk to them, when you start seeing them in real life in like a safe place, like a big public gathering, you actually form almost like a realer relationship, a deeper relationship, and you get to know people and just you really become friends. So, I don't know, maybe that's a stupid thing to say. Maybe that's obvious that you have a deeper connection when it's in real life versus just on the internet. If you hear a bunch of noise, I'm doing my makeup because I have a live later. But anyway, so that's kind of how the majority of these friends came to be. Like my friend Mindy, who I really want to have on my podcast later. She is a hoot. She's a riot. Oh my God. She is a riot. She's out in Illinois and she actually has become an MBI instructor out in Illinois. She has 8 kids, 7 kids, 8 kids. Who can count? She can't even keep count. And so because of that, she's like very funny. She's very go with the flow. We love Mindy. And Mindy is that friend. She is that friend that you call when everything's going wrong. Like I didn't need to call anyone yesterday with the plane because I couldn't like sit down to talk. I was too high strung yesterday. But if I had and I needed to talk to someone, I'd have called Mindy, because Mindy is who like, oh, it's fine, everything's good. You know, she's like very uplifting. She's that friend. If you need a yes man, call my girl Angel, and she'll apologize for it too, which is so funny. She's the apologizer, we call her. Angel is an MBI affiliate also, a microblading instructor teacher out in Ohio. And we also met this same way. So I coached both of them over at Pretty Rich Bosses, but then we met at a retreat like in person. And I was not close with them, super close, like talk every day close, until we went to the retreat. And now they're my best friends in this business. And let me tell you something. Having good friends who understand you and your business is so important. And that's kind of the topic that I want to touch on today, really, is just like your beauty support system, because you can really start to become resentful in this business. If you're too overwhelmed, if you're under supported, boy, and I've been there, you know, once burnout starts setting in, honestly, you really feel very like resentful of your own business. You can resent clients, you can resent coworkers, you can resent, oh, it's easy to resent the state, right? Oh my God, all they do is make demands from me and take money from me. They're like another toddler. They're like another toddler. Oh, pay me this, pay me that, pay me this, pay me that. Did you buy this? You have to buy that. You have to have this. By the way, I'm going to come and check out your shop. And if you don't have what I want, then I'm going to charge you more money. And then you have to pay me more money to come back out and look again. Jesus, leave me alone, dude. Now, I don't actually have trouble with my inspections, but I hear this from students. My inspector is hella cool. And as she's very much like me, honestly, her name is, well, maybe I shouldn't say her name. I don't know. Anyway, my state inspector, my board of health inspector, is very chill in the sense that like, these are the rules. They're written for you here. Read them yourself and be an adult. And I'm going to come and look. And as long as you adhere to the rules, we're all good. And I love that, because if you tell me the rules, I can play by them all day, right? Easy. But I can see how, especially just starting out, like those rules are actually very expensive rules. You have to have this. You have to have that. You've got to have. And when you're trying to find a space that you can actually afford as like a solo, just starting out without a whole bunch of clientele, a lot of times the places you can afford maybe don't meet those qualifications. Like maybe they don't have a sink in the room. Maybe they have old carpet in that room because maybe it used to be like an office suite or something. I see that a lot. Or people who want to work from home at first, and like you cannot do that. Well, in the United States, in my state, you cannot do that unless the Department of Health goes out there, and you still have to meet all the same qualifications. You have to have a different entrance and exit. It doesn't matter. It's so much restriction. And if you can't afford a place like that, I can see how you would start to resent it. And then that's like for the newbies, right? Newbies who are like, man, I'm just trying to get into the business and y'all want $1 million from me up front. And then there's the people who get into it and they start doing well, and then they get overwhelmed because maybe they don't have like the system in place to help them, So they're still wearing all the hats, and all the hats have become incredibly time consuming. I've been there for sure. So when you become the bottleneck in your business, it's time to hire. If you do not know what you're doing when you're hiring, if you don't know how to structure that paperwork, if you don't know how to put together policies, if you don't know how to hire, if you don't know where to find people, I get no commission from this. There's an absolute fabulous online course from my friend Sheila Bella. Actually, if you go to Sheila, Sheila, Bella, Bella.com, go to her courses and look up, what is it called? Hiring 101? Hiring something? There is an amazing, like 4-part or 5-part, something like that, hiring course that's so in-depth. She literally tells you like what to ask in the interview process, how many interviews each candidate should have, what you should be looking for, how to structure things, like what paperwork you need in order. It's an amazing class. I will tell you something. If you do not hire, if you stay solo, not only will you stunt your growth, but you are going to become so burnt out and so overwhelmed that you're going to start kind of hating work. You're going to hate your business. You're going to feel resentful every time someone contacts you. I have actually seen someone get a message saying like, hey, I'm interested in getting my brows done, and then be like, no. what? What? And it's not that she didn't want to do their brows, and it's nothing personal. It's not that she didn't like that person. It's that she was like overstimulated. She was doing a million things. We were, of course, in an airport and late for a plane. And she was just like, this is the last thing I need to do right now is try and break into my calendar and figure. I was like, you don't have that password saved, sister? She was like, that's the least of my worries. I got to find the forms. I got to do this. I got to do that. I was like, oh yeah, I've been there. I felt this way. I have felt this way. And I have felt that way with many things. Not even just with like booking or whatever, which by the way, that's one thing that I must hire someone else to figure out for me. I cannot manage a calendar. I can't do it. I think I can. I cannot. I will always, always, always double or triple book myself, which is, I don't know if it's relatable, but it's certainly one of the rawest, realest things I've ever said. Hello, my name is Victoria. I have a problem. I cannot manage a calendar. I cannot. And you know what? Sometimes in business, when you have to try to get good at something that you are not good at, maybe you understand the concept, but you're just simply not, it's not your bag. You can get burned out really easily, right? And that's where I'm at with calendars, with answering emails and juggling everyone else's schedule with my schedule and trying to make sure that I can fit it all. And I am not good at it. And honestly, I don't want to be. I don't want to be. Same with, with various I'm a permanent makeup artist, right? And a permanent makeup educator. So let's say that there was a procedure that you simply do not like doing. For me, it was lashing because I'm also an esthetician. I gave up lashing pretty quickly because honestly, I wasn't that great at it. I was really slow and I kept, I would think that I had like bonded it on there and then it would just pop right off. I wasn't that great at it and I didn't want to be. So you know what I did? I got Sarah. And Sarah does it. And Sarah's great at it. And Sarah loves the lashing life. Good for Sarah. Hire wherever is stressing you out the most. That's what I would say. If it's stressing you out, if you do not enjoy doing it, hire somebody else to do it. And let that go. Let it go. Why spend your life doing something that you severely dislike, that you're not even good at, so you're not even giving your clients the best results possible? The client experience is really what it comes down to. And if you're cranky, if you're overworked, if you're tired, if you're not even freaking good at it, then let somebody who's good at it and who enjoys it do it. And you move on. Go and do the things that require your face, your hands, your voice for business. And find that tribe. Like find your Mindy, dude. Find your Mindy. Find your angel. So that you have somebody to complain to and kind of let off steam who gets it. Who's not going to say like, I know you'll figure it out. You're great at this. Okay, thanks, honey. I appreciate that, but I quite literally just told you it's not going so hot. I know I'll figure it out, but now, I don't know, when my husband says that to me, I almost feel like if I don't figure it out, I'm letting him down because he like has such high praise of me. But when I say it with Mindy, and she's like, oh yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. And she kind of tells me like hers, or she reminds me of something that I did really well. It's just a different feel, and I really appreciate it. I feel like it fills me up a little bit more and allows me to kind of keep pushing. As whereas my husband, he's trying to be supportive, but he doesn't get it, because he's not in it day to day. So it's a little bit harder for him to relate. He's more of just like a cheerleader and less of, well, almost a coach, I would say. And that's kind of what you need, right? Somebody who can say like, bitch, get your head back in the game. And here's a good play, or here's some experience, or here's some just relativity. I can relate. That is so important, because the last thing that I want is for any of you to be sitting there feeling like I'm all alone, I'm isolated, I'm doing this on my own, and I'm starting to feel overwhelmed, so I resent the business. I'm going to quit the business. I do not enjoy this anymore. I think where people are starting to feel like I don't enjoy it anymore is the same part where they should be either hiring those pieces out or have someone in their life who can almost therapize them, right? Like just really talk it out. That's so important. Okay, well, we're at the 15-minute mark here, and I don't like to go on and on for hours. So if you would like to continue this conversation, please meet me in the DMs over on Instagram at victoria.glam. And if my Amazon store is open by the time this comes out, check out my Instagram. I guarantee I'll have it linked. I'll talk to you guys later.